I was just thinking in hypotheticals again, and I thought about how, like sometimes you meet somebody or you work with somebody and you're like, man, I just don't like them. And it's not anything they've ever done. You just don't like them, you know. You're nice to them because that's how you act. You're supposed to act towards people. You don't hate them, and maybe you can't pinpoint why you don't like them. You're just like, I just don't like them. They rub me the wrong way somehow. The last thing you want, if you're me, is for that person to be super friendly to you and want you to be their bestie because you don't like them and you don't have a solid reason. Like, you don't have a solid reason to not like them. And also, like, people tend to get offended when you're like, hey, you're nice and all, but I don't want to hang out with you. Like, it, I don't think I'm going to have a good time. Like, no. So, how cool would it be if you knew that every person you come across felt the same way about you that you do them? Like, you don't like them, they don't like you. You can just go about your way, you're nice to them, but they're never going to try to hang out with you. You don't want to hang out with them. There's never any kind of uh, having to let them down um, with, hey, you just kind of get on my nerves, you know? Like, how cool would it be, like, if you were walking along and you're like, that person's attractive, and that they would find you attractive. That person looks cool. That looks like one of my people. And that they're going to see you and feel the same way. You would never get your heart broken. You would never feel like you're not enough because you would feel a certain way about people that would feel a certain way about you. Like, no more having to wear a mask. No more really having to fit in. Because automatically there's nothing there. Like, you might even say, like, if somebody's pretty but you're not attracted to them, you might say she's pretty. And they might say you're pretty, but you're not attracted to them, so they're not attracted to you. A world without rejection would be such a beautiful thing. You'd also know, like walking down the street, if you see somebody and you're like, oh, I don't want to get too close to them, they feel the same way about you. So when you walk across the street, you ain't offending them. I mean, think about all the times you have these interactions with people because they're concerned about your ulterior motives or whatever. If you just knew on sight or within a certain distance of somebody how you feel and know that they feel exactly the same way. Now, when it would come to love, obviously it would be like you would not love them until you were at a point where they could love you. Up to that point, you're just cool with each other. You think they're attractive. You won't catch feelings until they've caught feelings. Like, it happens instantaneously. I want to live in that world. Like, seriously. I want to live in that world because even if I was walking around and just hating everybody, being like, I don't like them. I don't like anybody. Everybody around here's asshole. Like, I don't like anybody around here. Like, I don't want to talk to none of y'all. But it'd be cool because Even if you thought about, like, I don't like these people because they wouldn't like me. But what's it matter? You don't want to fuck with them. Life would be so much easier if it was like that. Like, I don't know why I never thought that thought before about how cool would it be if immediately upon meeting somebody, you feel the same towards them as they feel towards you all the time. When feelings change, when their feelings change, your feelings change. You know, and vice versa. Like if they're about to fall in love, but you're about to fall out, something's going to change. It's going to go one way or the other. You don't have to worry about hurting anybody. You don't have to worry about them hurting you. You don't have to worry about whether you're good enough. You don't have to worry about your worth. You wouldn't have to worry about what you deserve because you would get it, because you would be around your people. You would know who your people are. Like you would approach them in the way that they want to be approached. Like there would not, like sexual harassment would not exist. SA would not exist because you would not, like what would disgust them would disgust you. What would hurt them would hurt you because you feel what they feel. So SA would not happen. DV would not happen. You know, and I think it would even go towards your kids. Like you would automatically love them and they would automatically love you, and you wouldn't do anything to change it. Because what interactions you have with them before you could disgust them or hurt them, you would recognize it. You would feel it and not do it. You would, I mean, it would be so cool to be that in tune with the rest of the world. If everybody was in tune like that, like there wouldn't be racism. Well, maybe there would be. I don't know. But it would be straight up like they wouldn't like you anyway. So what does it matter if you hated all people of like one color or one country or whatever? They wouldn't like you either. So they could care less what you think of them because they don't like you, because you don't like them. Yeah. That's the world I want to live in, where you don't have to worry about being accepted because you just know. You just know. And you wouldn't have to feel bad about all kinds of things that the junk that's in our heads. I mean, imagine how cool school would have been. Like bullying would not freaking happen. You just leave each other alone. Because you wouldn't want to really like they basically have this vibe of, I don't want him to fuck with me. And then that dude's going to be like, I don't want to fuck with him. Like it'd be like some Jedi mind trick shit. I could live like that. We would not be damaged in a world where hate and rejection and violence would disappear. Because we'd only mess with people that want to mess with us. And we wouldn't be worried about the people who don't. Because we don't like them. And they don't like us. We're equal. Everyone's equal. It's just a thought.